So, for anyone here who has seen any of my other gaming throwback videos that I've uploaded, you'll notice I didn't put any commentary in them. Not that I didn't want to, just for me, none of them have given me an emotional connection like the one we are going to be talking about today. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Happy 10th birthday to not only my favorite Call of Duty game of all time, but also my favorite game ever. And I will also let Homelander from The Boys television show speak on the truth and the fact of what this game really is.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Well, thank you, Homelander. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Yes, that is correct. I do think this game is a masterpiece and the best Call of Duty game ever made. Nothing, and I mean nothing, truly compares, from the campaign to the multiplayer all the way to that zombies mode, of which I have found myself recently going back to play the diner turn mode actively and pursuing the #1 spot in the world, which even at this rate might not be attainable, but has been very fun to play. This game changed my life, and no, that is not me trying to sound cheesy or overdramatic. I mean that with all my heart, plain and simple. And also, to be clear, this video is not meant to signify like a review of the game or my overall thoughts on every single minute detail, but I will go through all three modes considering each did have an effect on me when playing it. Starting off with the campaign, I have to say, is somebody who's played practically every single Call of Duty campaign, minus the most recent ones in the newer games, this is without a doubt one of the better COD campaigns ever made. I love every second about this game and just the way that the story is told through the story itself or the gameplay mechanics that allow you to pick your own narrative choices depending on what characters do in certain situations. I think to this day it is also the only campaign in the franchise that actually gave you the ability to do that. And I don't think that whole function wouldn't have been as great if the story itself wasn't as appealing. I love the story of this game and how it goes from different time periods, following different characters, and at the same time, it was just really badass everything you were able to do. Something that I really do love that the older campaigns did as opposed to how they are nowadays is that in the old games you would do things that were not of the normality. Like, it really felt like you were in an action movie and the story would come second, but even then both together combined made for such a great video game to play. Nowadays campaigns focus more on story and how realistic and tactical it can be, and while it has its positives, I don't think it has the weight and atmosphere that those older games did, like a Black Ops 2. So yeah, this campaign was awesome and I wish we got more of these days. So yeah, this campaign was awesome and I wish we got more of these types of stories nowadays. Moving on now to the multiplayer, I think this game has one of the best multiplayer modes, not just in any COD game ever, but also in first-person shooters in general. I absolutely love this multiplayer to the point where, yes, I've prestige mastered all the way through, I've gotten so many diamond camos, completed most of all the challenges, and it ranks as one of my longest played multiplayers in the franchise. Sadly, with the state of the game in its current form, I had my account hacked, and so most of the stuff I have on it now came from being in a hacked lobby where they manipulated my account. But that doesn't stray away from the fact that the game back in the day was just so fun to play, and we don't get this really anymore with COD multiplayer. If I had to pick one game whose formula should be used for the rest of time to signify what multiplayer should be like, it would be this game. I remember all the memories I had playing with my friends in custom games as we tried to go for quickscope lobbies, and I will forever cherish those moments as I know I'll never get them again. If I had to introduce any new player to this franchise, I would put them on this game immediately. And now we've gotten to the blast part, which is my favorite part, and the one where I've had my most memories and my favorite memories, that being in zombies. This is where me and my friends, and in particular my one good buddy that I've been friends with my whole childhood for the most part, made our fun and enjoyment. I know people will compare this game to BO3, considering those are probably the two best zombies modes in COD history, but for me the nostalgia behind this game was just too high. I know not everybody likes a map like Transit, for example, but for me it was so fun playing it, and even every other map was just so good, from Mob of the Dead to Buried and then to Origins, which is maybe the one I played the most. And sorry, Die Rise, but I barely played your ass. I remember going through most of the Easter eggs on this game and just having a blast. Again, I feel as though we don't get this as much nowadays, which is why I'm so glad I grew up playing this game in particular. Nowadays, I find myself coming back and playing the diner turn mode for zombies and trying to go for #1 in the world, so even now this game still gives me so much joy and fun and will go down as my favorite game of all time. I wonder where this game leaves the mark for so many of you who are watching this video. You may have grown up with it, or if you came to it late. What was your favorite memory playing this game growing up, and where do you think it ranks all time in Call of Duty? Let me know down below in the comments, and like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I hope you all have a great rest of your day and weekend, and I will see you in the next one.